The newest Disney Star Wars project has just released its very first trailer today with Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, which will obviously be following the titular character Obi-Wan during the time between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. And while this seems to be getting a lot of fans excited, I find that this is some troubling news for a long-time fan favorite character. After just releasing an exclusive first look at Entertainment Weekly, Obi-Wan Kenobi has finally gotten a trailer for the new series, and it takes us back to the world of Tatooine that we have seen many times in the Star Wars universe, and we get to look our first look at Ewan McGregor coming back and returning as Obi-Wan from after his reprising his role from the prequels. And while this show is meant to bridge that gap for Obi-Wan between the two movies, episode 3 and episode 4, and kind of get an idea of what is going on for Obi-Wan during that time when after he's dropped off Luke on Tatooine. And while this looks as it should have been probably one of the best Disney series that they could have had, because I find that there's a lot of different possibilities that you could have gone down with exploring Obi-Wan's time in these 20 or whatever, close to about 20 years in between these two movies. But just from what you've seen in the previous Star Wars movies and shows that Disney's taken over, along with just watching what actually happened in the trailer, I find it to be looking not so great for Obi-Wan. After you see what they were able to do in the Disney-led Star Wars films, the way that they kind of messed up characters like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, so much so that some people have sworn off Star Wars forever. Now, granted, there's still a lot of people that like Star Wars, but there's a lot of people who have been very turned off by what Disney has been doing. And when you see also shows like we just watched Boba Fett, which was a very boring show, not much happened. Boba Fett was severely de-actioned. It wasn't Boba Fett, in my opinion. It was a pretty sad excuse for Boba Fett, and we did get a couple cool moments, but I think the best part of this show came in with The Mandalorian. That was one of the shows that I did enjoy from Disney. As Star Wars was The Mandalorian. I enjoyed those shows, but Boba Fett was a severe downgrade, and it gives me a lot of trepidation going into a show like Obi-Wan, because I think Ewan McGregor's a good Obi-Wan, and I liked Obi-Wan in the prequels. So this is definitely a troubling sign going in, that they have a very bad track record of handling these pre-established characters, and I feel like there's a lot of room that they could really mess up Obi-Wan and go down the kind of Luke Skywalker route and making him kind of an antithesis of what he was in the original trilogy. Looking and diving in specifically at the trailer, we do see that at the beginning we see a lot of shots of Obi-Wan, kind of him watching Luke. We do get our first look at Luke. I think that could be interesting. I hope that they don't use Luke too much. I kind of like, it's fine we see him, but I don't think he should play a huge role in this. These kind of be off to the side while some of Obi-Wan's kind of watching from the distance and kind of more focusing on Obi-Wan. And I feel like we could have really gone into different things, like maybe he had to deal with the sand people. Of course, now because of Boba Fett, they probably never going to make them bad guys again. So don't expect anything like that. Or it's kind of the seedier underbelly of Tatooine and kind of him just trying to survive. And I don't have a problem with them kind of bringing the Empire to like maybe hunt down Jedi. That could be an interesting thing. But that leads to some problems that I'm getting ready to get into. First, this trailer also heavily focuses on other characters besides Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan really in this trailer is not very prominent, honestly. The Inquisitors look much more prominent in this show. We have the one female one that appears to be hunting down Obi-Wan, and then we have the Grand Inquisitor who makes a kind of brief appearance that we've seen in shows like the Star Wars Rebels. And it really, she gets a lot more of a prominent role. It almost looks like it's her show and not Obi-Wan's. And so it makes me wonder if they're going to end up focusing more on this character than Obi-Wan, which seems kind of something like Star Wars would do, kind of suckering you in thinking that you're going to get an Obi-Wan show and it's really about these other characters, which is fine to introduce other characters, but taking the focus off of what people came to see is not the best way to go about it. And this could really be them having Obi-Wan take a backseat in his own show, which, as we've seen, at least especially in the Marvel series, it happens a lot with the titular character getting a backseat to this new character they're trying to push on the fans. and so this could be the same problem we're going to be running into in this Obi-Wan series. The other problem that this leads to is the rumors, and well, not the rumors, I guess, the confirmation that Darth Vader will be in this show. We do hear his breathing at the end of the trailer. We do not actually see him in the trailer, but this also comes with the problem of, we know we're going to probably get, I don't know if they've confirmed it, but we're going to get probably an Obi-Wan and Darth Vader rematch, and I feel like that is a terrible thing to do. And obviously, it sounds cool in theory, like, that's probably what some people are like, oh, I want to see Darth Vader and Obi-Wan fight. And I just feel like that is a mistake. In New Hope, you know, when Obi-Wan comes aboard the Death Star and Darth Vader senses his presence, it's kind of like he's feeling it for the first time, and he mentions it. I haven't felt this presence since. He doesn't exactly describe when he last felt it, so obviously most people probably assumed that it was Mustafar battle. That was the last time they had interacted or encountered each other. But obviously, they are probably going to kind of change this and just make it so they have encountered each other again. And I'm probably going to get a duel. I don't like this. And even though I guess they didn't technically state that was the last time they saw each other, that's kind of what was implied and what was done between the two movies to make it seem that way, and now they're kind of taking that back. I feel like this is a bad move for continuity purposes, and just like, we don't have to have that. Like, it might sound cool, but I just feel like that's the wrong way to go about this, and I feel like that's going to kind of mess up the story a little bit if they're going to try to shoehorn this Darth Vader Obi-Wan thing. Now, Darth Vader can be in it, and that'll be alright, but definitely this is something that could be troubling. I feel like to mess up continuity more so than they probably already are going to. So overall, this show had the potential to be really good, and maybe it could. I kind of lost hope on a lot of things anymore, but it could end up being good. Like I said, I did enjoy The Mandalorian, but Boba Fett was not good. It was very boring, nothing much happened, and it was really a stray from the classic character. And then, of course, the sequel trilogy was definitely degrading to a lot of characters, and it's not held in high regard by a lot of people. So Disney has not had a great track record overall with Star Wars since they purchased it from George Lucas, and now they're going after a very fan favorite character in Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is pretty much, I would say, loved by both the OG and the prequel people and everybody. Ewan McGregor did a really good job with it, and this could have been a really cool series, and maybe it will, but I just see a lot of red flags, and things are not looking super amazing, at least in my opinion. This trailer did not ease any concerns that I had. In fact, it made them worse, and I feel like Obi-Wan could be due for a Luke Skywalker treatment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys next time.